Hello, and welcome to the Tower Coffee Hour. I'm your host, Preston Tyree. Today we'll be doing one of our segments on events in Miller. So let's see what we've got. We've got the Bluegrass Jam, and it comes to you from Wildflower Terrace. It's organized by Joy and Chris Stone, and we're going to have a chance to talk to Joy in a little bit about the event and what goes on. And we're going to show you 16 minutes of one of the recent events and the music they played. It's pretty good stuff, so sit back, relax, and let's get it done. Hi, Joy.
Hi, Ty.
I'm so glad you could come over and sit with us and talk about the Bluegrass Jam.
Mm-hmm.
So how long have y'all been doing this?
Steve Mangold, who is our famous musician who's been playing bluegrass in the Austin area for decades, started the jam way back in the 90s. And when Chris and I moved to Wildflower Terrace in the shortly after 2010, we decided, we have this wonderful terrace room. Let's see if we can have it here. So until COVID, we had twice a month Bluegrass Jam there at the terrace room. Then COVID hit. And so the jam has been going since the 90s, wow. But just here at Mueller since around 2010, 2011 maybe.
Okay, and I got the feeling that as a beginner, I could kind of sit in and play with y'all?
It's a beginner intermediate jam.
Okay.
It's probably the only jam around that doesn't mind if you say, oh, can we slow that down a little? Or, oh, I have to play that a little faster.
Well, I had heard the banjo player who was new saying, I'm not sure I can play that. I may go lickety split. I think that's the word to use.
Yep. and yet, everybody adapts. And so it really works out well. If you're a real beginner and you can only play it slowly, then everybody slows way down and then picks up the speed.
That is so great. Yeah.
It really is. Yeah. And we have quite a few people that just come and play backup. And they don't really want to take a lead at all until they've been there for a while.
Yeah, that was interesting because they would skip around people as you went around the circle.
Yeah.
And we'll see that. We've got 16 minutes of two songs. And yes, they are very repetitious because you go around the circle and people get to play.
Well, that's a traditional bluegrass jam.
Okay.
In the old time jams, everybody plays at the same time. And it's everybody all together, and so they obviously go faster. And but with bluegrass, we go around the circle. One person picks the tune, and they play it, and then we go around, and anybody that can play that tune plays it while the others back them up. So it takes its time as it goes around the circle, but it's really a nice way to learn pieces.
Yeah, it seemed like
that.
Lots of different instruments. Let me see if I can get them all. I got a dobro, which is Chris is playing.
Yeah, resophonic guitar. Yeah.
Then I heard a fiddle. That's Steve Mangold,
yes.
right?
Uh-huh.
Two banjos.
At least two banjos.
And then something to me, I would have said a mandolin.
It is a mandolin.
Okay, were there a couple of those? Like
usually, yeah, because Steve's wife Jackie plays mandolin,
okay.
and the other Steve, we have two Steves, Steve Mangold and then Steve the mandolin player. And
okay.
So typically we have banjo, mandolin, fiddle, dobro, and sometimes a bass. We have one guy that usually comes. I was surprised he wasn't there,
wow.
But with a big bass, and that really helps.
Yeah,
he carries it in. Okay. But we could always use more guitars. So we were hoping when we moved to Wildflower Terrace that there would be old folkies that could bring their guitars down and all they, just even to play backup. Because when I fall out to take a break, it really is hard. There's only one other guitar player playing the backup, but it works out well.
Okay. So there's no charge?
No, totally free.
Totally free.
It is a sponsored event by the Central Texas Bluegrass Association.
Okay.
And if anybody is thinking about wanting to come, it would be helpful for them if they go to the Central Texas Bluegrass Association website, just Google it, click on Jam Schedule, and along the top there's a place for chord sheets, and also word sheets for some of the songs that we sing.
Wow.
So most of the things that we play or sing are listed on one of those two. Some people bring in other ones that they've been working on. My husband is quite commonly doing that.
Okay.
But yeah, for the most part, those are our traditional songs that we sing and play.
No, that was cool to watch them, and the new people come with all this sheet music, and I'm thinking like, where'd that come from?
Well, and there are, when you see the rules for a bluegrass jam, it's like no books, no sheet music. Our jam is not like that. You're totally welcome to bring your sheet music, your books, your lists, whatever makes you comfortable.
Okay. So in that room, you've got chairs, so everybody's got a chair.
Yes.
You push all the tables back out. Some people seem to have music stands.
Yes. And some people prefer chairs. They pulled some of the other chairs that we aren't using around in.
Okay.
So it's helpful if you're going to have music. I use a box. I used to have a crate, so some people have crates. Anything that lets you see your music.
Okay.
It is hard if you have a music stand and people can't see you.
Okay.
It's hard for them to follow what you're playing.
Yes.
So that's why it's helpful if it's down lower. But
All right.
either way.
Those are the little tricks in the whole thing.
It is,
Yeah.
because we used to, think, oh yeah, music stands, those are great, but it really does. It means you can't see the hands. So,
Yeah. Wow.
especially for guitar players, everybody else is watching guitar players to find out what chord we're playing,
Okay.
and so that's helpful.
That was interesting on the dobro. He's not chording. He's got a bar that he puts on the frets to.
Yeah, the
change
dobro is tuned to an open G. So if you just play it without any bar pushing down, it's a G. And so then he moves it up and down to get the other chords or turns it, or, there are various ways to do it.
All right.
But yeah, it really, it's kind of a cool instrument. And there are so many different styles. It's basically what you hear in the Hawaiian music, but it also is very common in the old time, songs.
So, what's the message from Joy Stone to the world about the Bluegrass Jam at Wildflower Terrace, first and third Saturdays from 1 to 3?
No.
No.
3 to 5.
3 to 5.
Yep.
If we had 3 to 5. We have 3 to 5.
Yeah.
In there. Yeah.
First and third Saturdays each month from 3 to 5. And when people arrive, if they could come to the door that's near the bus stop, the door that's on Berkman, then we can see them, and we'll hear them knocking if we don't see them, and we can let them in. If they go to the front door on Tom Mueller, that's hard to see.
Okay.
So that's better. It's just a really welcoming, understanding, patient group, and we have enough people that have been playing for years to kind of carry things along, but it's still a very open group for beginners and people that haven't jammed for a while.
So everyone's welcome.
Everyone is welcome. Everyone with an acoustic stringed instrument.
Okay.
I also play accordion, but I am not welcome to bring my accordion to it because that is not an acoustic string instrument.
Okay.
So, but yes, anybody that can play an acoustic.
No drums.
No, we don't do drums, and there are sometimes are harmonicas in bluegrass, but our group generally does not.
Okay. Yeah, I was surprised. We did a house concert with Marinelle and Jean, and they do what they call old time. They say, no, it's not bluegrass.
Yeah.
Okay. But they had harmonicas, they had lots of, they had a big bass, and they were having a lot of fun.
Yeah, there is an old time jam going on. They meet at Patterson Park, or they just announced they moved their old time jam to the hangar.
Okay.
So if anybody's interested in that, that's Austin Friends of Traditional Music. Just go to their website and find out about the traditional jams. And they're the ones they all play all together at the same time, which is, it's a fun group. They do, lots of different styles. But the Bluegrass Jam really seems to be something that a lot of people find enjoyment from.
Good.
Yeah.
I enjoy talking to you because you're history as a teacher comes out.
Yes, lots of years of teaching. But it's nice to be retired and have time to do a lot of other fun things like this.
Okay, great. Anything else about the Bluegrass Jam or anything?
I think that probably does it. And there is a Bluegrass Jam if you are a more advanced person, or if you just want to go and see some faster bluegrass on Sundays at Oscar Blues. The Central Texas Bluegrass Association has a jam there every Sunday.
Okay.
So, but ours is definitely a slower, more patient, more accepting group. But
Yeah.
that one's fun too.
That was the impression I got.
And we welcome anybody that wants to come and listen. You know, we have always quite a few people that drop in that just really and come and go but they really enjoy coming and listening to the music because it's a happy music.
It is. It very much is. Thank you, Joe. I really appreciate this opportunity to talk with you and hear about the Bluegrass Jam.
Well, thank you very much.
Have y'all done Angelina Baker yet?
Angelina Baker?
Yeah.
We do that. Let's do that. In the key of banjo?
In the key of D?
Yeah. Banjo.
Yeah, sure. They all are. They all are.
And Joy, you want to sing it?
Unless he wants to. Did you
Oh,
want to
you
sing
gonna
it?
Oh man, I was just gonna do it as an instrumental.
Okay, then yeah, I'll sing.
All right.
Can you sing it in D?
Why don't you
Yeah.
go ahead and sing, play it all the way through, and then she'll sing a verse, and then we'll come back to Tom and go around the circle.
You're going to arrange it. So I sing.
When you say play, you mean the whole run, A, A, B, B.
Yeah.
Okay.
And when I sing, I only do, so we do A. So it's like two verses. And then the chorus, I just, Angelina Baker, Angelina Baker, Angelina Baker, dum bum bum. And then it goes on.
Okay. Just one run of B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you play
But you play whatever you play, and then just follow along when I sing. So I'll sing after you. Let's see.
Tom.
Tom's gonna play. You're gonna play.
Yeah, just let
that's it for this week. I'll be signing off, and we hope to see you down the road. So make sure you subscribe down below and click the little bell, and we'll have lots more of these. Thanks a lot, and I appreciate you being here.